Now, I make this video every year, but what I love about theme parks is that things change all the time. So each year the results of this video change too. There are a lot of changes going on at the Alton Towers Resort, the main one for the 2023 season being Nemesis closing for refurbishments, so although it feels weird not including it seeing as it's normally in the top 3, Nemesis won't be on this list. In today's video, I'm going to be counting down the top 8 rides and roller coasters at Alton Towers in 2023. If you enjoy watching this video, then please hit that like button to let me know, and if you are new around here and you're feeling extra cheeky, then be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single thing, because we make plenty of theme park and adventure videos which you don't want to miss. Number 8. The Curse at Alton Manor. I wasn't going to add this one, simply for the fact that it's not yet open at the time of recording this video, so why would I include a ride in which I have not ridden? Well, from the amount of promotion and backstory that they have put into this brand new dark ride for 2023, I think it's possible that this could be one of the best rides in the park. I love spooky dark rides, and this one is shaping up to be the UK's version of the Haunted Mansion. Before the Curse at Alton Manor, we had Jewel, which was okay, but it was very outdated, so this refurbishment was much needed. If they have done as good of a job of the ride as they have on the promotional work, then this could possibly be one of the most popular rides at Alton Towers. The Curse at Alton Manor opens this season, so maybe next year when I make this video, it could be much further up this list. Or there is a chance that it might not make the list at all. We'll just have to wait and see. Number 7. RITA. It's the Marmite of Alton Towers. You either love RITA or you hate it. This launched coaster, which can be found in the dark forest area of the park, opened in 2005. With one of the best launches in the UK, it sends you 0 to 61 miles per hour in 2.5 seconds, which is of course incredibly fast. That launch is very intense, however I would say that those 2.5 seconds are the highlight of the ride, because the rest of the coaster is okay, but it's a little bit rough and doesn't last too long. In fact, the whole ride lasts 25 seconds, so that's why you'll either love it or hate it. If you love launches, then RITA is the ride for you. If you prefer smooth, well-themed coaster experiences, then maybe give RITA a miss. Number 6. Galactica. This is a roller coaster that has gone through a few different changes over the years that it's been operating. Galactica, formerly known as Air, opened in 2002 in the Forbidden Valley area of the park. This was the first flying roller coaster manufactured by B&M, which means that you ride in the prone position to make you feel like you're flying. I'd say that Galactica is one of the smoothest rides in the park, but along with that, it's not the fastest or the most intense. So, like with RITA, it's another one where your personal preferences come into play. In 2016, VR was added to Galactica, however in 2018 the VR was reduced to the back 3 rows, then for the 2019 season, it was removed completely. Honestly, VR is not needed for roller coasters. If you feel the need to add VR headsets, then it shows that the coaster isn't very well themed. Galactica isn't too poorly themed, but there's definitely more that could be added, and it would be great to see at some point in the future now that the ride is over 20 years old. Having said that, it's still an enjoyable roller coaster and one of the top and most popular rides at Alton Towers. Number 5. 13. When 13 opened in 2010, it was hyped to be a scary world's first roller coaster. And it was, well, a world's first coaster anyway. Scary, not so much. 13 is a family roller coaster found in the dark forest area of the park, located behind RITA. The world's first element, and if you don't already know about this, then skip ahead now, is that when you re-enter the station building area, that's not the end of the ride. 13 is the world's first vertical free-fall drop roller coaster, which drops you around 5 meters. It's not a huge drop, but it still makes me nervous every time I enter that room, and if you're not expecting it, then it really catches you out. I think everyone will remember their first ride on 13. Therefore, this is what makes it one of the best rides at Alton Towers. It may not be the most intense or the scariest like it was originally advertised, but it's still a great coaster and one of the best in the park. Oh, and in my opinion, has one of the best first drops in the park too. Number 4, Hex. Up next we have Hex, which is arguably one of, if not the best dark rides here in the UK. I've spoken about a lack of theming on some of the rides at Alton Towers, but Hex isn't one of them. Hex is one of the best themed rides in the park for sure. Last season it was closed for months and it was looking like it wasn't going to reopen again, but then towards the end of the season, the vault mysteriously opened again and we were able to enjoy Hex for the remainder of 2022. What was even better about it reopening was that there was a few new effects that had been added which really adds to the experience and makes Hex even more immersive. It's a fantastic dark ride, and even though another spooky themed dark ride is coming this year, Hex is still going to be one of the best in the park and in the UK. Number 3, Oblivion. What is arguably the most intimidating roller coaster at Alton Towers, Oblivion was the world's first vertical drop roller coaster and also the fastest roller coaster in the park at 68 miles per hour. Oblivion has a very short ride length, you spend more time climbing up the lift hill than anything else. But nothing is more scary than going over the edge of that giant 180-foot drop and being held there for a couple seconds before plummeting through the black hole. It may be short, but it's still a very scary roller coaster, making it one of the most loved roller coasters in the park. Now with Nemesis closed for the year, Oblivion is now currently the oldest roller coaster in the park, which makes you wonder what the future holds for it. Hopefully Oblivion is here to stay for many more years to come, but we'll just have to wait and see. Number 2, the Smiler. Next up we have one of, if not the most popular rides not just at Alton Towers, but in the world. It's not just a world's first, it's a world record breaker. The Smiler has a stomach churning 14 inversions, meaning that for the 2 minutes and 45 second ride time, you spend the majority of it upside down. There are some fantastic elements on this roller coaster, as well as that you get some great airtime too. It's an all-round great ride and the close to 3-minute ride time really makes it worth it as well. It can be a little bit intimidating seeing it go around the track before you ride, but I find the Smiler to be one of the most enjoyable ride experiences. It has become a little bit rough over the years, but that roughness is nothing compared to some of the other roller coasters here in the UK. The Smiler celebrates its 10th anniversary this year, meaning after 10 years its world record breaking inversions have still gone unbeaten. Alton Towers will be celebrating the 10th anniversary by highlighting the Smiler at their Festival of Thrills event. What this entails, I'm not too sure, but all I know is that this ride definitely deserves a special mention on its 10th anniversary because it is one of the best in the world and by far one of the best roller coasters at the park. Number 1, the Wicker Man. Finally, we have the Wicker Man. What makes this roller coaster the best? It's the whole package. The Wicker Man has a great backstory which is presented in the form of an amazing pre-show. It's the best themed roller coaster in the park, including that giant Wicker Man structure which sets alight. The ride is even more incredible in the dark because of this. Then the ride itself is also great. Again, it's not the fastest or the most intense, but it doesn't need to be. With a combination of great theming, a great story, and a great ride experience, it's the full package, and hopefully with future roller coasters, Alton Towers continue to go in this direction. As with the Smiler, the Wicker Man also has a long ride length of 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So although your wait for this ride may be a little bit longer than others in the park, the long ride length makes it worth that wait. With roller coasters, it's all down to personal preference. You may love fast coasters, you may prefer inversions, launches, airtime, it all depends on what you prefer. So maybe the Wicker Man is at the bottom of your list, maybe RITA is at the top. And if your list is different to mine, then let me know down in the comments because I would love to hear your opinions. But that is it for this video. It's shaping up to be another exciting year at the Alton Towers Resort, and I cannot wait to see what they have in store for the 2023 season. If you want to watch our 2022 opening day vlog from the park, then click this video right here, or if you want to find out how you can get on every ride at Alton Towers in just one day, then maybe consider checking this one out too. There are plenty more videos coming up this year on this channel, so make sure to stay tuned for all those. But until then, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.